NotebookLM has released this crazy update to where now you can interact with the podcast that it creates. Now, I'm going to go ahead and say it. Unfortunately, you cannot download the podcast with your conversation because that would... Anyway, let's stop all this talking. We're going to jump straight into it. And I'm going to show you a few different things that we could possibly use it for. All right, so here's the website. If you want to get to it, it's notebooklm.google.com. Like I said, we're going to make this quick. So what I'm going to do is press create. Now, you can upload up to, it says 50 attachments, but from what I've heard through various sources in my research, it will let you hold up to 1,500 worth of pages, 1,500 pages worth of information. There's a lot of information. You can get the transcripts from YouTube. It takes information from websites, Google Docs, Google Slides, copy text, whatever. So I do life coaching on the side. So what I'm going to do is upload a few of the life coaching documents that I have, right? So I'm just going to leave it right here. So it automatically named it, etc. These are all of the sources. Now you can save these sources for later, etc. And I would do more of a deep dive on how to use NotebookLM later, but this is just to show you the craziness that they've done, right? So we're going to press generate. This is where the podcast is created. Now, again, where I think this is going to be special is, so for those of you who are like me, when I was in school, I hated asking questions. Because if it was a dumb question and everybody laughed at you or picked at you or you stuttered, etc., it kept you from asking. Or if you're not the studying type of person, you can ask the questions that you were scared to ask to this podcast with all this information that you have uploaded, basically. So I think this takes a few minutes. So what I'm going to do is pause this, and when it's done generating, then we're going to get back to look at the cool stuff. All right, so we're back. This created a 20-minute podcast. Now, again, you can see that this is just released because now they have an interactive mode. So before, they would just create the podcast and you can listen to it. Now you can interact with it. So watch this. Interact mode. Allow a visitor in site.
Welcome to your personal deep dive. Ever feel like, you're constantly putting others' needs before your own? Like you're bending over backwards to keep everyone happy, even if it leaves you feeling kind of drained and resentful.
Oh, wait. Someone wants to join. Hey, go for it.
Hey, so how would you explain to someone who is suffering with like a self-image problem as a man and trying to differentiate between being a leader and being a people pleaser?
That's a really interesting question, and it gets to the heart of why people-pleasing is so tricky.
Okay, let's unpack this. When you say self-image, it sounds like you're talking about how you see yourself.
Right, and that self-image can be heavily influenced by how we think others see.
Okay, so number one, I want to fix something. When I press pause, it didn't do anything. So the pause and play button is simply for the podcast. But look how powerful that is. You could be studying something, and if you have a question, you can interject, and they will answer your question the best that the artificial intelligence can, and then get back to the main podcast. Now, this is powerful. Why it is powerful? Because if you put your study material in here, this podcast can help you conceptualize it in a way where you understand it. Even if you don't, you can ask it to explain it to you in a lesser value, like have it explained to me like a kindergartner. Now, what I'm gonna try is I'm gonna do what I just said. Hey, explain this to me like a kindergartner, and then I'm gonna ask it a question about turkey bacon, right? To see what the limitations are, and if it'll tell me, hey, I don't have enough information or something, right? I know this is supposed to be explaining the video, but I get excited talking about stuff like this. So Watch this.
Yes.
Okay, so if we're constantly trying to please people, our self-image gets tangled up in external validation. Yep, go on.
Hey, so when you say external validation, can you explain that to me like I'm a kindergartner?
Absolutely. Okay, so when we're constantly trying to please others, our self-image becomes really dependent on external validation.
Right. It's like you're building your sense of self based on what others think of you instead of your own internal compass.
Okay, so I don't think it explained it to me like a kindergartner. So I don't know. Do your own test. Maybe I didn't do it right, but I don't think it passed the test on that. Now I'm gonna see if I can add something off the wall and what its interaction will be.
And that can be super confusing because you might not even know what genuine Hey, yeah, what's up?
So what do you feel about turkey bacon?
Welcome to your personal deep dive.
Okay, so I think I stumped it. So I don't think they have it to where it interacts with. Oh, we don't have an answer there. That's off topic. That would, but I think it's coming. Right, this is an interactive mode, and it is currently in beta. So y'all go test this. The point of this channel is to bring you AI tools and news that you could use to make money and just make your life easier. And this right here, you could take the I'm tired of looking at myself small. Hold on. So as I was saying, with Notebook LM, on a serious note, I think it could change the way how we learn. You can take the embarrassment out of asking the wrong questions. You can save the time from skimming over a book or pages trying to find the summary of it when you can have a full-blown conversation with a podcast style audio. And podcasts have become very, very popular over the past 3 years, especially since COVID. And now you have the chance to almost interact with a panel. Now, with social media, what I see is, let's say I'm trying to tie two different topics together for a video, and you found sources. You can put those sources all on your sources tab with Notebook LM, generate a podcast, and you can guide where the questions go. And like I said, I would create a more detailed video regarding this, but I think you all should try out Notebook LM. It can help you brainstorm ideas. You can talk through your ideas and just see if it makes sense, or if you can't conceptualize how a video should be or how to merge two topics together. Just using the podcasting feature alone will help you voice that. And we're not even going to get to how to do it with faceless content, etc. All that's coming in another video. Check out Notebook LM. And if you want AI news and tools that you can use so you can make some money and just make your life easier, please subscribe to the channel. Share the channel with somebody. We all can make it. AI is not going to replace us. It is the people who know how to use AI that will replace us. We need to know how to use AI. Until the next video, I appreciate y'all.